Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh wait, no, stop! Don't play again. Nobody needs more. Nobody needs more of my music. Y'all see what it is, man, up there. It is me, Cletus Cassidy. Welcome to a new edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. Let me make sure y'all know that. There you go. That's an advertisement for the TV show I'm on, Churchy. Make sure you watch it. New people tell me every day that they're watching. A lot of people have lied and said they're gonna watch it and haven't watched it yet, and it's okay if you haven't. I'm not a dictator. I'm not gonna make you watch the show, but it would be very nice if you did. I think you'll enjoy it. And I also think that if you don't enjoy it, it's okay. I'm okay with you saying I watched it and I didn't enjoy it, but give it a shot. It's on BET Plus. If you don't have BET Plus, it's okay. People like, I watched it on my Amazon Prime. I'm like, but it was through BET Plus. You just didn't know that's where it was going through. But it's okay. I'm not gonna argue with you on how you watch it. Just watch it. Find some time to enjoy it and all that good stuff, man. So I can get to season 2. People ask me all the time, well, when is season 2? It just hasn't started yet. People are like, well, you still live here? Yeah. So all we had to do was record the show. 17 days of recording. I couldn't just live out there for the rest of my life because I worked for 17 days. Of course, I didn't make $33,600 for those 17 days, but that's not the question. That's not why we're here. I'm so excited that y'all are here, though, man. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. What See You in the Morning is my horrible idea to get up in the morning and just tell all my personal business. I get up around 7:30-ish. Now, if I'm on time with the show, people don't tune in. They be like, well, we're not going to get there till 7:45. That's when he'll get there. And every now and again, I'll pop up and be semi on time. I'll show up in the 7-something this range, and then you be looking terrible. Then y'all are the ones who look like they y'all late, but it's all right. I'm here giving y'all my personal business, just too much of myself on a daily basis, as well as news, weather, and sports, and the word of the day. Those are the 4 elements. Well, 5. The Earth, Wind, and Fire of this show is the news, weather, and sports. Now, whether it's gonna be deep news, weather, and sports, it's not. They don't expect it to be something comprehensive, like we're just gonna sit here and go through the whole world of news, weather, and sports. But I'll give you a little bit, just a taste. As my grandmama say, a smidgen. A smidgen. That's what you also would call a dwarf pigeon, a smidgen. A pigeon that didn't grow up all the way. That's a smidgen. The little tiny pigeon is a smidgen. But the first thing we do on this show, man, is I try not to be rude. I try to speak to the people that speak to me. I don't understand the old school saying, did your shoes rest under my bed last night? That right there is the most old school sayings to me, because that implies a couple of things: that I took my shoes off, that I put my shoes on under your bed. Nowadays, man, people take their shoes off at the door. I got shoes everywhere in the house. If you go around my house right now, just about every room of the house is some shoes. I'm looking in the kitchen, there's some shoes, 2 pair of shoes right here beside me. I got a whole shoe area. I don't never had the shoes in there. That's the one place you won't find shoes. I got a designated little thing that's supposed to, you slide shoes in there. Got room for like 20 pairs of shoes. You never find the shoes in there. That's the one place you won't find any shoes. Single life. You married, you don't have that problem. Married men don't have that problem. Married men ain't allowed to put stuff where it don't belong. Either she gonna nag you about it or she gonna move it. Single life, you can put shoes anywhere. You can just put stuff. And to be honest, this ain't got nothing to do with the show, but to be honest, I think the organization of being married helps you a little bit. I can't tell you how much time I spend trying to find something. If I get to live to be 150 of those years are gonna be searching for my keys. At least 50 of those years gonna be searching for my keys. Now that we added keys, now my AirPods, looking for my AirPods, the remote, man, that's why you gotta have that woman in the house. Being with a woman in the house ain't never got that problem. Simply, all you gotta do is ask, honey, where are my keys? You left them on the toilet, Charles. Oh, thank you. Cuts down a lot of time. Me, I don't have nobody to ask. My kids don't know nothing. They don't know anything. I asked them to help, but look, they just gonna start walking to places they know the keys ain't. They are the worst detectives in the history of the detecting. Like, y'all see my keys, they'll go straight to the car. Well, why are y'all going to the car? I'll look in the backyard. I ain't even been back there. Did we bring it? Did I bring it in? I brought it in. See? Right there. The perfect example. My son was getting ready to go look for his lunchbox, going straight to the car. He walked past the lunchbox to go get the lunchbox. It's a perfect example. Look at how life imitates art. Or art imitates life. Anyway, the first thing I do on this show is I speak to the people that speak to me. The first 3 people that speak to me get the mythical medals. The 4th person gets the consolation prize. So we'll start with the big 3. Winning the bronze medal of the day is my man Dennis Big D Carrington. He told me to tell them all, call me Big D. And that's what we'll do, Big D. And then right after that is PP, Patricia Pippen. And then Eminem. Look at the alliteration happening with the gold medal. Emmy time, Emmy place. Michelle McKinney is in the building. So Michelle McKinney with the gold, Patricia Pippen with the silver, and Big D Dennis with the bronze. You looking for your sandwich? And getting the 4th place, not quite a medal. The aluminum 4th is IDA. It's Ida Seaborn. Also, here's Marche Trouble Copeland. My good Mayo Clear friend, Ursula Murphy. Good morning, Ursula. Lisa Bazemore Bishop. Good morning. Joyce is in the building. JD, don't call me Martin Luther King. Master fisherman. I've been out there catching stingrays. I don't even know how you do that. He's now evolved as a fisherman. He's like, I don't even need regular fish. He catches stingrays and mermaids. My man Ronald Cabler is in the building. Ron Cabler is in the building. My man Jay Clark, man, fantastic. A Portsmouth legend, legendary athlete in Portsmouth, multi-sport athlete, baseball, football, basketball, just the pure definition of athlete. Jay Clark, an interesting story about Jay Clark. Jay Clark was the first person I think I've ever met with an entourage. When we were growing up, Jay had a guy that came to all of Jay's games, and when all of Jay's came, kept up with all his stats. Just had a random guy, and here's what was amazing about it. It was a white guy. I was like, man, who is famous enough in high school to have a white guy follow him? He had his own fan club. He was amazing. Now, a personal story for me. I know this may seem hard to believe, but in high school, I weighed in at a solid maybe 145 pounds. That's all I had coming into high school. Latter years, I probably was about 150. That's soaking wet with a 145-pound weight in my pocket. But I still played football. At that time, Jay Clark had to have been, 6'11", 6'12". I think the reality was he's probably about 6'3", 6'4", 2 and some change. Well put together physique. Strong, solid as a rock is what they call them. Young people, strong, built, worked out in the weight room. We were playing, we had football practice one day, and we were scrimmaging. And I thought to myself, here's a way to make a name for yourself. Here's a way, young man, to be the guy that you always wanted to be. Make sure you make an early impression on these coaches. and Jay was on the field and I was on the field and Jay was standing. The play had just ended and Jay was kind of casually walking back and the whistle had blown. I felt to myself, this is a time. Make a shot on Jay. Hit Jay hard enough. Take Jay off his feet and impress the coaches. I ran across the field full speed, lowered my shoulder into Jay, who wasn't even paying attention. And I hit Jay with all my might. And I flew 5 yards the other way. And Jay looked down as though a butterfly had just run into his shoulder. I made no impact on Jay with that move. And I realized you don't have to bring a lunch pail to hit this guy. This is a different type of dude. This ain't what you've been practicing again. This is a whole different kind of guy. But it set my mindset for how I was going to behave. That was the one year that I was there at Manor while he was there. He then left and went to a school that I'm not going to mention. But Jay Clark, an Apollo legend. What's going on, Joyce, Barbara, Crystal? A lot of people don't understand. Sports has always been a big part of my life. I've never overestimated who I was as an athlete. Now, a lot of people, if you look at it, man, there's a lot of people who hold on to their high school careers. The Al Bundy effect is real. That's for men and for women. Your sports, a lot of people have not matured from who they were at high school. Now, that's one of the things that you've got to do. You've got to realize that you 40 now. High school is well in your rear view mirror. You have been out of high school longer than you've been alive. You got 20 years from when high school was a reality for you. But some of y'all just don't let it go. Some of y'all still think y'all the same cheerleader you were in high school. That physique is gone. That thing is gone, and it's not coming back. You still think you her. You not her. You not prom princess anymore. That lady is gone. That young girl right there is gone. The things that she could do can't be done anymore. You at a point now. You at a point now where you can't eat after 7. You gotta remember in high school you can eat anytime. High school, college, we was going to IHOP at 2 a.m. Going to the club, eating at 2 a.m. and just falling asleep. Now you eat at 2 a.m, you gonna have heartburn until 2 p.m. It's a different life now. High school was 37 years ago for you. You can't do it. Fellas, a lot of guys, a lot of girls, you still trying to get that girl or that guy you couldn't get in high school. Let that go. She ain't the same person she was now. She smokes now. Back then, she was pure, innocent. She smoked now. She ain't a cheerleader no more. You don't want to see her in a cheerleading skirt no more. Things that used to stay up on their own now need assistance. And that's for both the guys and the girls. Things that used to stay up on their own now need assistance. Y'all figure out what I'm talking about on your own time. You gotta let your visions of grandeur from high school go. People can't stop. People can't stop being who they were in high school. And it's a shame. But I was a superstar in high school. Well, 47 years ago, sir. I had all the friends in high school, ma'am. It was 3,000 years ago. Harriet Tubman had a lot of friends in high school. It's over now. That's just my public service announcement to people who haven't gotten over the fact that they're not still in high school. And a lot of people's behaviors are still in high school behaviors. Now, here's one of the things that I've learned, though. I think high school is probably the most formative time of most people's lives. People that work at the shipyard can't let go of the shipyard. People who work at the shipyard, they not letting go of the shipyard. I went to a funeral yesterday. The guys have been retired from the shipyard for 20 years. They're like, man, let me get everybody that worked at the yard with me. If you worked at the yard with me, stand up, be acknowledged. Be acknowledged for what? It's a shipyard. It's not military. I can't even thank you for your service. I appreciate you having a job. What was I supposed to do when everybody from the shipyard stood up? Was we supposed to salute? Shipyard. Shipyard, just that was your job. And I get it. I still think that high school is the most formative time of your life, though. I think high school is the time of your life that you don't get over. College for some, but college a lot of times is also going to be a reflection of what happened to you in high school. A lot of people are still trying to get what they didn't have in high school. High school is the most formative time of your life. I believe it seriously. Is where you form physically, mentally, and emotionally the most. You still find a lot of people trying to make up for what they didn't get in high school. Take myself. I still find myself to be a marginally attractive man. Marginally attractive. I'm not. I'm telling you right now, it ain't nobody who's putting up a poster of me as sexiness. They be like, ooh, that's the sexy one. That's the one I want. No, sir. I tell any woman out there, I'm a fungus. I'm a fun guy. I'm a fungus. I grow on you. You around me enough, my personality is good, I make you laugh. You're like, you know what? And that can make you overlook my look. Marginally attractive. Now I'm not Shabba Ranks. I'm not Seal. You're not getting the EU. That used to be the hardest thing you would get as a guy. When you first see a girl and the girl's like, ew. Girls used to be rude with that. Ew. You hear him talking to other guys. You know who like you? Who? Such and such. So, ew. Not Charles. I'm not ew. But I'm also not ooh. I'm not ew, but I'm not ooh. I'm somewhere in the middle of ew and ew. Ew and ooh. You just got to know who you are. Some people are not aware. A lot of people thinking they ooh when you ooh. It's the inflection. So it wasn't until if you grow up in that way in high school, it a lot of people never break out of that. If you come out and you find out that people are telling you the whole time you was in high school that you was unattractive, that you couldn't do it, whatever, people hold on to that. You develop mentally, physically, and emotionally. So a lot of times people are always fighting what they had in high school. If they were a little chubby in high school, you'll see them spending the rest of their life trying to not be chubby so that people can say, ooh, look at Tasha. Tasha, you remember Tasha was chubby. You can't wait to go back to a class reunion. Finna stun on them. Ain't no more chubby Tasha. I done went out here and bought the best butt you can buy. You see it, BBA for life. Till I'm DOA or it goes flat. I wasn't popular in high school, so I spent my whole life trying to be popular, or I stay in my shell because this is what happens. This is where I become comfortable because of the trauma of high school. Because of the trauma of high school, I sunk into a shell and I've stayed in that shell for my whole life. I've never changed. And then you see some people go from college and they try to create an entire new dynamic of themselves when they get to college because of what happened in high school. That's what happened to me. I always been funny looking to the women of Portsmouth. All the girls in Portsmouth had always seen me. I'd always been this strange looking guy. They've seen this, they've done it, they know what it is. But you go to college and that starts to introduce you to a world of people from all over the country who ain't never seen you before. They ain't never seen you before. Now all of a sudden, somebody done found you cute. What you talking about? Who the cute guy? Me? I'm confused. Now you go through a whole phase because you ain't never been cute before. People that know your whole life, I'm gonna look at him. He acting crazy. They like him. Now you running through them. Oh, you running through women or men like Taco Bell diarrhea. Because all of a sudden, somebody likes you. But your esteem was so low from high school. Same thing. People walk into high school. If you was the man in high school, somehow, if you was the woman in high school, sometime A lot of those people feel like they're gonna be the man their whole life, and they can't deal with when they not. They walk into a room and act like everybody's supposed to bow down. Man, you ain't at East Side High no more. Nobody know you in here. Sit down. Who is this guy? And they can't deal with. A lot of people cannot deal with when they no longer the man. That's why for a lot of people, man, high school reunions, college reunions, those are the highlight of their life, because they get to go back to a time where they were on top. You've been on the low rung of the totem pole at your job. Your wife don't let you run the house. Your kids don't respect you. When you go places, nobody notices you. But when you go back to that class reunion, is that Sam the Bullet Benson? Man, it's the Bullet, man. Bullet, you was amazing in high school. And now you're in a safe place. You in a happy place. Is that Walter Windmill Williams? Man, we remember you done put on your high school jacket and you done went back to a time. High school is a formative time. High school, we talk about the rest of the school, and elementary school, stuff like that. That ain't where it is. High school is what develops you the most. That woman and that woman that you was dealing with at high school. See you later, man. Have a great day. I love you. You got your tie? Yeah. Cool beans. A lot of people ain't gonna never get over that high school love. They're gonna never get over it. You're gonna never. Ladies, let me tell y'all something right now. Men. This is why a lot of times men, and if there's any men watching, and ladies, this is something that y'all may not know. If there's any men watching, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm getting ready to let out a man secret. Once a woman has given a man access, once he's given a woman has given a man access to her goodies, yes, her goodies. 97% of men feel like they can always get them again. Most men feel like they can always have. I got it. I can get it anytime. That's why you see a lot of times a lot of jealousy between men and the ex or any exes. A lot of men have a hard time dealing with any ex because of the male mentality. They already know how men think. Men feel as though if I hit it before, I hit it again. It's Ty Tribbett. Ladies, y'all may have closed the door or the legs, but men feel like they always got the key. This is just the truth. If a guy's had it before, he feel like, oh no, all I got to do is go back and say something. I can get it one more again. It's very, very interesting. I don't know if women sometimes have that same thought process. Ain't nothing worse than a woman hitting you with a, you want this, and you be like, I don't know. Oh. I be like, I didn't. I don't want that. No, it's old now. It wasn't that good when I had it back then. A lot of people feel as though, I'm telling y'all, that is a pervasive thinking amongst a lot of your partners, that they can always get it. Women will be like, women ain't men. They don't think you can move on. A lot of men really feel like that you can't move on. No, she done had this. She can't move on from this. And a lot of it is because of y'all ladies. Y'all be lying. Y'all ladies be out there lying. And fellas, we be out there just believing it. I know that even as a virgin, I understand that kind of stuff. I even know that. Ladies, y'all be out there just hyping his head up, and he be believing all the stuff he says. Is this good? Huh? Is it good? Yes, it's so good. You love it? Oh yeah. Is it mine? Absolutely. It's not yours, sir. You rented it. It's a lease. Some of the rentals are long term. Is this the best you ever had? She gonna tell you yes. Is this the best you've ever had? It is. Say my name. Samuel. Wait, I'm Charles. Which is Samuel in the Greek. Some are long-term rentals, some are mortgages. But listen, even on that mortgage, you don't make that payment, the bank will take it back. Because if she told the truth, some men would be in their feelings and go, yes, yeah, they gonna be in their feelings. And why not? Why not? Marche, let's keep it a buck. Yeah, they're gonna be in their feelings, and it's okay. And it's okay to be in your feelings. I'll tell you one thing: 9 out of 10 things said during passionate moments shouldn't be believed anyway. If you want to put a lot of detector on somebody during passionate moments, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be so many lies detected. And if y'all did tell the truth, Marche, yes, as a man, you have a right to be in your feelings. If he was like, you like this, and you was like, no, not really. Absolutely. Your pride needs to be hurt. Yes, I'm in my feelings. Did you hit me with a no, not really? And Marche, stop trying to act like a woman wouldn't be in her feelings if the man told the truth. If that man came in there and be like, oh my God, it's dry in here. Woo! Can this get any looser? My gosh. Somebody park a bus in here. Don't act like you wouldn't be in your feelings. Hey, girl, hey, stop. You don't have no rhythm. Ow, that's teeth. Good morning, Bonnie. Stop trying to act like you wouldn't be in your feelings, ma'am. Stop trying to act like you wouldn't be in your feelings. And then you out. Ain't no truth in passion. Ain't no truth in that passion moments. Who's telling the truth in the moments of passion? See, look at Lisa. Look at Lisa right there. Look at Lisa. Look at Lisa. If it's the dry desert, he ain't doing it right and he need lessons. You won't even accept responsibility for your own lack of moisture. You done blame the man. Look, that's just what I'm talking about. See fellas, I won't even on the show for 5 minutes after telling a true statement, and the woman put it on the man. And that ain't my fault. I don't know. Whatever. See? Look at Lisa. Lisa out here blaming everybody except for, I ain't saying yourself, Lisa. Lisa already out there. It's the man not understanding a woman's anatomy. Whatever. Shut up. Let me say this, Lisa. Since we want to be there, since it's always the man's fault. If it's always the man's fault, why do they say okay? Why? Hello, Lisa. Clearly, that means it's some things beyond the man's control. We're not talking about your personal waterfall. We're not chasing that waterfall. We talking about the rivers and the lakes that we used to, Lisa. Good morning, Tony. Patricia said that's for the back, and that's not what I seen on the commercials. There you go, Danny. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for the turnabout is fair play. If it goes limp, it must be on the lady. Since it's our fault, you just don't know a man's anatomy. Lisa, that if I've gone limp, it's your fault because you just simply don't know how to please a man. See, now look at Lisa changing. I mean, some women might need assistance, but that's okay. But you was just blaming all the men for that, Lisa. This is what I'm talking about. Women don't get in their feelings just like men will. Everybody will get in their feelings in them. Because the reality is The reality is, I'm gonna tell y'all what really messed the game up. The movie Waiting to Exhale. When she was faking on Waiting to Exhale, that man was giving his. I gave my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. That man was working his high pots off. And she was like, "No, this ain't it." What was the movie with Tupac and Janet Jackson, Poetic Justice? And Chicago was giving his all. Chicago was giving his all. And she was rolling her eyes. Yeah, daddy. And we've now realized that y'all be out there faking it. And because of that, you can never be 100% sure. A man can never be 100% sure. You feel like it, but you're not. And that's one of the things that men are. Men are quantitative, and men desire proof of concept, that proof of what they doing. Men need that. You just think about the things that men normally do. If men are craftsmen, if a man is a craftsman, you know when you put whatever it is you put together, when you're done with that craft, you know whether or not it's a high quality craft. You can look at it. You can tell, is it sturdy? Is it going to be good workmanship? You can tell right then, instant gratification. You know exactly what you got. If a man is an athlete, that man knows whether he played a good game or a bad game. Ain't no faking. Ain't no way nobody can fake that you had a good game of basketball. Either you scored the ball or you didn't. Either you rebounded or you didn't. You played good defense. You know whether or not you played a good game or not. Ain't no faking it. Can't nobody come and be like, you played a great game, daddy. You be like, no, I didn't. Did you see this game? I didn't score. If you're a musician, you know whether or not you hit your notes. You know whether or not you sang well. You know what that is. As a comic, I know whether or not I had a good show. Did the audience laugh or did they not laugh? Good morning, Steve. Did I get a standing ovation at the end, or did they just stand and leave? Like, you know what you're doing. Unfortunately, when you start having that intercourse, you don't know. You think you in there killing it. Meanwhile, she's in her head doing her taxes, going over her grocery list. She'll yell out something just to keep you satisfied. She's like, "Do I have eggs? I got eggs. I got milk. Oh. Okay, eggs and milk. Got it. What am I gonna eat this week? I think I'm gonna make spaghetti. Oh yeah, that's it right there. You have no idea. That's it right there. And so many times we've gone in and we've thought we've killed, and she's gotten up and gone to the restroom. You're like, you shaving? Oh, you brushing your teeth. That's your electric toothbrush. That ain't the electric toothbrush, brother. That ain't the electric toothbrush. And that goes both ways. It goes both ways. I'm not even gonna lie to you, ladies. There's a lot of guys that's made you feel like, and I'm not you, maybe not you personally, because Lisa will internalize it. It's a lot of guys that'll make you feel like you done put the wham bam on them, but you ain't whammed nor bammed. There's a lot of guys that have gotten in there and had to thank somebody else, something else. They just had to do what they had to do to get to the ending. There's a lot of stuff that has happened. A lot of times men have pulled down a pair of drawers and they be like, "What's that smell?" Now you got to make a decision whether to go in or not. Biggie said, unless it smells like sanitation, garbage, I turn like doorknobs. It's a lot happening. Delisa said, you already know. You don't know a lot of times. These new drawers is made out of a different kind of cotton. New draws is like, listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, you think if you don't think that they can build trash bags that'll cancel out odor and hold the odor in, You don't think Fruit of the Loom is using that same technology? All right, Queen Honey, have a great day at work. He didn't say Gucci down to the socks. He said Coogee down to the socks. Rings and watch filled with rocks. And his jam knocked in your Mitsubishi. Girls pee when they see me. Navajos creep me in they teepee. What's up, Mia? Toy said, what have I walked in on? Just air it out. Let that air hit it. I don't know. Listen, I don't know the tips for, and I think that's a very difficult conversation. I don't know if women had that conversation with each other. I know they used to have the commercials on TV. Hey, mom, do you ever feel not so fresh down there? I've known lots of black women. I don't think I've ever heard that conversation happen between women. I've heard some mother-daughter vagina conversations. There's never been like that before. I've heard it described as many things: the roast beef sandwich, the coin purse. It's a lot. I was in the room one time when a mother told her daughter that a wet vagina and a dry pocketbook don't match. She definitely was like, listen, if you got a wet, and listen, there's no reason for you to be broke. God gave you a moneymaker. This girl was probably about 17, 18 at the time. Her mama was maybe even younger. Her mama told her, listen here, how you think we got all the stuff that we got? You go out there and use it. I never seen such wisdom passed down from a woman to a woman. I never knew it. So I don't know if women just have open and honest talks. Men sometimes tell other men, hey man, listen, here's what you do. During your foreplay, you go down to the belly button. You know, you always go to the belly button or to the thighs. You can smell it from the belly button. Get out of there. Get out of there. Leave the room. Have an emergency phone call. Have a safe word. Into the thighs. I never coached female basketball. I didn't even know that women had odors, Snoop, until I started going to One Life Fitness. This was some years ago. I was going to One Life Fitness because I felt like I was rich and I could afford all that. And I went in there. I went in there One Life Fitness, and what they would do was like I wanted to play basketball, but the gym might be closed because they had a class in there. And this is when Zumba was at the height of its popularity. Zumba's really falling off. I remember when Zumba first came out, everybody was doing Zumba. Like you had to do. If you won't go into a Zumba class, why was you even alive? Zumba used to be what was hot. And what I would do, and y'all forgive me, but I'm me. What I would do is the Zumba class, because it would be so hot in the gym, they would keep the doors to the gym open. And so you could see the Zumba class. So what I would do is I would get on the elliptical right by the gym door so I could look in and see. The motivation was there. I ain't gonna lie. Zumba classes and any kind of dance class, any kind of workout class you go to, focus on those first 2-3 rows. The back of the class, ain't nothing happening back there. Those are people who just want to come because they say they going. They don't have none of the steps down. They always be like, we can adjust the dance for knee problems or whatever. But those are just people in the back that either ain't got no rhythm, ain't got no dance, ain't got no endurance, and there's nothing there. But those first couple of rows, listen, they getting it. And it's better than any strip club you'll ever go to, and it's cheaper. It is better than any strip club you'll ever go to, and it's cheaper. Any of those dance classes, it don't matter what it is. The high impact training, the mixed fit, Zumba, get you one of them line dance classes. You go to line dance class, I'm telling you, you look at the instructor. The instructor at the line dance class usually is the one that's getting it. because she's got a little bit of extra in her. Now, here's the thing. Now, a lot of these line dance classes will be a man leading the class, so leave that alone. But line dance, any of those things, man, if you tired of throwing your dollars at the strip club, is ways around that. I'm trying to tell y'all how to save money. The Zumba class ended one day. They had got finished Zumbaing. So I immediately went ahead and took myself off the elliptical machine to go in to play basketball, to grab basketball. And I hit a wall of funk that I didn't even know was possible. I didn't know a group of women could smell like that. I didn't know if they had brought in cattle or what to do the workouts, but the funk that hit, that when the funk hit the fan in that room, I was shocked. I was shocked and amazed. I did not know a group of women could smell like that. I've been around man funk. Listen, if you ever want to readjust your sinuses, go into a high school boys locker room. Go to a high school boys locker room. That'll readjust. That's a smell you will never ever get out your system, especially if it's a football locker room. You'll never ever get that smell out your system. Key say, make my funk the P-funk. I wants to get funked up. Delisa said there's nothing like football funk. It's a different funk. And I think the kids today are different. But in my time, you didn't wash your practice clothes. It was considered bad luck. Don't you come to practice in no clean clothes. Don't you come to nobody's practice and correct me if I'm wrong, old school guys. You could not come to practice with clean clothes. Man, listen, I don't think the showers in the high schools now work anymore. The shower in the high school gym is for storage. You store stuff in there. You ain't showering. This is a true story. When I first went to go play football in 1991 at Woodrow Wilson High School, they had a bucket of cleats. You just go right in there, you pick out your cleats. It was cleats from years beyond. You could literally be walking in the shoes of greatness. You go in the cleat bucket. End of the year, you turn those cleats in, they spray them with some of that bowling spray, throw them right back in that bucket of cleats. Snoop said showers were where we kept helmets at Norcom. Yeah. Well, these new kids ain't showering to save their life. You ain't supposed to wear no clean clothes to practice. So you moms will be overdoing it. I'm going to wash his clothes before practice. I'm telling you, he's getting bullied because of you. He's getting bullied because of you. Toy says, I was a football manager, that teenager funk. Oh my God. Uh-oh. I done froze. Y'all stay with me. I done froze. I'm telling y'all now. But you didn't know any better at my time. Let me tell you something. I played at a time, which is why I don't understand the pervasive thoughts of a lot of these stuff now. Like, I hear a lot of talk about school sports, and it confuses me because a lot of them will be like, we didn't have the money for this, we didn't have the money for that. When I was in school playing sports, it wasn't. My mama already told me she won't buy nothing. My mama already let it be known, I'm not buying you anything. You can go play. I don't care what sport it is. You can go play. You can be
involved in any activity. But what's not going to happen is me buying something. I'm not buying you anything. My mama won't buy that life. She won't fit to buy me nothing. I knew that. So when I hear these kids now are having problems because they were unable to buy this or they were able to get that, the team needs this. I was shocked and appalled to find out that cheerleaders have to pay to cheer. I was shocked and appalled that cheerleaders in high school, it's a varsity sport, and the cheerleaders had to pay the cheer. I thought it was I you could have knocked me over with a feather. You could have knocked me over with a feather. I couldn't believe it. Cause I knew my mama. I knew if
I had been born a girl, if I were a girl, I knew immediately if they would have came back and been like, it's $800 for him to cheer or her to cheer, my mom would be like, well, you won't be cheering. I already knew we ain't had enough money for that. We ain't have money to be in that. Me and say, you got to pay to be in the drama club. Why? I ain't doing nothing but talking. It's different. It's a different time. It's just a different time. I don't understand that concept. The funk used to be different. The funk used to be different. I want all kids. That's one of the things. I was just talking to a parent the other day, and I was asking them about a JV team. It was about JV soccer. I said, "Hey man, did they have JV soccer?" And they were like, "No, they didn't have JV soccer because they couldn't afford transportation." Wait, what do you mean they couldn't afford transportation? It's the bus. The school bus, you're supposed to be able to afford it. You're confusing me right now. I don't understand. There's a lack of understanding right now. My daughter's on a stage crew and we had to pay $100 for her. You paid $100 for her to work in drama. See, this is where I would have quit immediately. Dues. I'll say this. I'm a firm belief that nobody should not be able to afford public school activities. If you go to private school, then that's something you bring on yourself. Both my kids, my daughter went to private school. My son is at private school. Different story to me. That's different. That's a different private school. You know what you're getting. Public school, nobody should not be able to afford public school. It's a public school. Maybe my mindset is wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at this right. Maybe y'all need to help me. Something is not adding up. 1 and 1 is not equaling up to 2 when kids can't afford public school. Yeah, y'all help me. It's public school. That means that should be something that the public can get. So if you telling me all we just giving kids is the very, very basics, that don't fly for me. That don't fly for me, especially when I start hearing school boards and school systems and they talking about we need thus millions of dollars per year to do this, and we need millions of dollars. We not letting the drama club be dramaful. We're not helping the drama club with whatever. Like it's very interesting to me. The number of fundraisers that they got to do in public schools, the number of book clubs and katydid sales and candy and popcorn, the amount of stuff that they have to sell, I think is ridiculous. I think the schools should come with that. It's public school. It's public. You make my kid come here, or I got to go to jail. Public school should not be something that a kid can't afford. Everybody should be able to have an immersive experience in public school. It's nothing it's nothing that hurts my heart more than seeing the kid that can't afford to go on field trips. When we used to have that, when I was volunteering in the school system, I was always paying for 3-4 kids to go on a field trip. every year. It hurt my heart to no extent when that kid couldn't go on the field trip, and it's a menial amount. It'd be like $5 for them to go on the field trip, and their parents couldn't pay it or didn't pay it. Listen, as somebody who was a disruptor of the educational process during school, there is no worse feeling than being that kid that got to go sit in somebody else's class while everybody's on the field trip. That is, let me tell y'all something. That is a hurting feeling. And now I never had it because my mama didn't pay for the field trip. I had it sometimes because the teacher was like, "Oh no, you're not coming on. We can't take you on the road with us." Man, did you see how you was behaving at home? We can't put you on these streets. And then they always embarrass you. They always make you go to a lower level class. If you're in fourth grade, they make you go sit in a kindergarten class. Man, it's crazy. I'm glad they changed the lunch policy. The lunch policy used to be terrible. Like they used to be like, "Hey man, you don't have no money, you can't get no lunch." And it's a kid, he ain't got no job. He ain't choose to not bring money for lunch. Now his lunch credit is bad. We did that one year when we paid for lunch for the schools. And then what was real crazy is that some school systems stopped allowing the kids, if you didn't have money to pay for lunch that day, they had a quote unquote free lunch. You get a little bologna sandwich and some chips. So now not only did you give me the stigma of knowing I didn't have the money, you now let everybody in the school know I didn't have the money because I'm eating the poor kids' lunch. And then you decide to not even give me whatever the tasty USDA lunch is everybody else got. You making it hard out here for these kids. Title One. Now, if you go to a Title One school, you should be getting free lunch. Everybody get free lunch. Every kid should be able to come to school and eat and not worry about the bill. Every kid should be able to come to school and eat and not worry about the bill. When I see the amount of food waste that we have in this country, when I see the amount of food that they give away at Sam's Club, the amount of food that we do, there should be a way that every kid in school can eat. You see a lot of kids that don't eat. "Oh, I don't even want no lunch." I don't believe you. I've been a kid. I don't believe you. I don't believe you going from 7 o'clock in the morning to 3, 4 in the afternoon and you just don't want to eat. A lot of people ain't able to eat. See, I remember my lunch ticket, the green lunch ticket. That was our first credit card. You held on to that lunch ticket with your life. You had some teachers, that wouldn't even trust you with your own lunch ticket. She gave the lunch ticket out before lunch, took that lunch ticket up after lunch. We feed that part right there, Snoop. We feed people in other countries, but can't feed our own. We feed people. We send millions and billions of dollars in food and food aid over to everybody else. But then right here in the house, you got kids with food insecurity, is what they call it now. Food insecurity. And it's not even gourmet lunch. You act like you serving something amazing. Today we will have the beef Wellington with roasted asparagus. No. We having mystery meat and milk. I don't know whose idea it was to start milk with lunch. Milk is wild. Milk for lunch is a wild choice. You have never in your adult life had spaghetti and milk. You correct me if I'm wrong. Since you've been able to choose your own meals, you ain't never been like, "Let me eat some pizza and milk." You know what? You ain't chose chocolate milk as an adult. You know what? I'm gonna wash this down with some chocolate milk. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we shouldn't have to have an angel lunch bunch. I remember one year we paid for me and a group of my friends, we paid for all of the delinquent lunch bills. I forgot what school we did. I think we did Lakeview Elementary in Portsmouth. Then I know one year my church did it for a whole school system. And it's crazy. Now a lot of the kids don't eat the lunch. A lot of kids pick around with the lunch, so they end up going home because. And this is not a swipe on the Obamas at all, but Michelle Obama came through and she had sweeping reform on school lunch. Now all the problems we had in the country at that time, she was like, "This school lunch has got to be changed. School lunch has got to be changed. Something's got to be done about school lunch." And she came in and she changed the regulations on what can be served at school lunch. It's a formula now. There's got to be certain colors and certain things. It's crazy how school lunch is. So that's the one negative I can give Michelle. She messed up that lunch. Her kids was going to private school, so they didn't even have to eat the lunch. So yeah, so it's a little bit different. I don't even know how we got on school lunches today. My kids never ate school lunch. My daughter said I don't like school lunch. Before her first day, she ain't even ever have a school lunch. So she's taking her lunch every day. My son takes his lunch every day. They've always taken a lunch to school. I don't even know what it is for them to get school lunch. My son qualified for free lunch because of the school that he went to. He still didn't eat free lunch. No, this I said the one thing we ain't gonna talk about Michelle like that. Virtual school, Lisa, a lot of kids are deciding, a lot of kids have made the decision to go virtual school, and we'll have to talk about that one day. Man, I really want to dig into it, man, and talk to some of you guys because you guys are amazing educational people. You guys are real value. Y'all have amazing views and viewpoints. We gotta try to get to the bottom of why school is where school is now. I was talking to a gentleman the other day, man, said his son is scared to go to public school. He was like, "No, I'd rather be at the crib and do it at the house. I'm scared of public school. I'm scared of public school." And not only that, a lot of public school educations just ain't educating. A lot of, I think a lot of parents, if they had the opportunity to, I believe there's a lot more parents if they could afford to let their child be home that would choose homeschooling over going into the traditional schools. Lots of parents are going to virtual settings. The virtual school setting has become get all my book learning right here in the house. Z say children are scared. They don't have clothes. They still getting bullied. Gangs are real. Kids is getting guns as early as 13, 14 years old. And these threats of guns are real. We got to talk about it. And then once we identify the problems, we need to try to figure out some solutions. If it can start with us, man, it's at least a start, right? We can start something. Even a small flame can burn a bridge. Communities, Mia, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. They give us something to talk about on Thursday. Let me give y'all this news, weather, and sports and the word of the day. But we're gonna start. We're gonna start it off. The word of the day today is flora. Flora. Now, a lot of y'all think that's just an old lady name, but no, flora refers to all the plants that live in a particular area, time, period, or environment. It can also be used broadly to refer to plant, bacterial, or fungal life. Lisa admired the aquatic flora in the pond as she gazed out at the horizon. Flora. Now, flora and fauna, I believe, would be the animals. Flora. Flora refers to all the plants that live in a particular area, time, period, or environment. It also could be used broadly to refer to plant, bacterial, or fungal life. Flora, Flora. But it is also, if you meet a lady named Flora, you already know. You already know. Delisa says it's hard. My son is a teacher's assistant and was cursed by a fifth grader. And you ain't allowed to choke him. Yeah, a garden, basically a garden, Mia. Any of your flowers and plants is flora. That's your flora. That's just describing all the flowers. If you want to describe, yeah, there's a cornucopia of flora in my backyard. Flora. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you meet somebody named Flora, I bet you she made good biscuits. I bet you she made good biscuits. And oh man, Allen is at Douglas Park. Yeah, that's gonna be something. Yeah, that's gonna be something. Let me see. In sports, the NCAA started on last night in earnest. The NCAA tournament in the new way that they do the NCAA tournament. You got play-in games. You got 16s, the two 16 seeds playing against each other, so they could um so that they could get in, and then you had some tens playing each other last night, which was kind of weird. UVA and the doors blown off of them last night. The Colorado State beat them by 25 last night, 67-42. So those two tens are in, and in an exciting game, Wagner, which who knows what that is, where that is, played against MEAC champions Howard, to earn the right to play to earn the right to get into the actual tournament to play UNC. Wagner defeated Howard. Man, Howard made a furious comeback. Missed 3 consecutive 3-point shots in the last few seconds. 2 of them were actually decent shots. One of them, I don't know what the boy was doing. I think he didn't have confidence in himself making a shot, so he tried to get himself fouled, and then he just ended up flailing around like a dead fish. I don't know what was happening in his life. So he tried that, but they ended up losing the game. So Wagner will be playing UNC, and I can't remember who Colorado State be playing. UVA though, UVA. If you've watched UVA play basketball, even though they won a national championship recently, UVA basketball is the ugliest brand of basketball that you'll ever see. They could not score in a whole house. They could not, and last night that came to fruition. UVA is just the least. If you've watched UVA basketball, they couldn't score. You can't tell me those are college athletes, because those boys couldn't score. They couldn't score. They couldn't score after serving drinks at Bill Cosby's house. I'm telling you that right now. And so they talking about they're gonna look at their system and see if they can make some changes and do some different things, because they thrive on playing defense. They thrive on playing defense, running the clock down to the last second, and it don't work. It just won't work. They lucked up and got that one national championship, but after that, no. Weather, we trying to break back into spring. It's cold outside. When it's cold outside, March is marching. March is not playing with y'all. So March, man, y'all be prepared. It is a little bit chilly. It's not frio. It's not ultra frigid outside, but be prepared. It ain't full winter yet. A lot of areas still got snow. It's supposed to get back up to about 68 today, but it's gonna drop again tomorrow. So be prepared. Be prepared for it to be dropped like strippers' booties. And in the news, the news is just the news. We in a whole nother news cycle. We ain't even gonna discuss it. For your news update, go to my page. There's a whole thing on why city government is ridiculous. That's on my page. Y'all go find a video from last night. See you in the evening. That'll be the news. And that's it. We out of here. I'm 4 minutes over my time. It's Wednesday. You know what we doing Wednesdays. We try to convince everybody to hunch before lunch. If you can hunch before lunch, it just means make somebody feel good early today. Don't wait till the end of the day. Make somebody feel good right now. Get your Halle Berry on. Make me feel good. Make me feel good. Make somebody feel good right now. It's worth it if you can get it done before lunch. And it ain't got to be your traditional hunching. I mean, if you get out there and you know, you make the bed rock, I ain't against that for y'all. But as a virgin, I know there's got to be different ways for me to make people feel good. And that's the thing. Make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. And we'll do this all again on tomorrow, man. We're going to talk about the educational system, man. Tell somebody to tune in. Tell a teacher she ain't paying attention to class no way. Tell her to tune in. We're going to talk about the educational system just a little bit. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be here tomorrow. We out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know who's the funny man. Coming to you and making you laugh again.